I've shared a lot with you about my background. My first 5 years, I did not have any monetary success whatsoever in this industry. But I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you had no choice but to be successful anyway, right? That's where I was. You know, I moved back to Houston. I was 21 years old and really didn't know what direction my life was going to go in. And so blessed to run into a frat brother of mine that introduced me to this industry of network marketing. And I fell in love with it because I saw a way for me to help people get what they wanted, and in turn, I would get what it is I wanted. And started that company and didn't have any monetary success, but learned a lot, met some great friends. One of my good friends is here, Stacy Ayers, that I had a chance to work with back then. And you know, 5 years of failing. How many would go through 5 years of failing at anything? How many would stick it out? I had no choice. But something happened for me magically, and I was able to kind of, I think it's Steve Jobs that said, it's you can only connect the dots looking back. And I was able to, maybe about 6 years ago, I was able to kind of look and say, okay, well, how did I get to this level of success? And I want to share them with you because I believe they work for me and they've worked for everyone that I've ever studied that's ever been successful. And number one was timing. Timing in business is extremely important. How many of you agree? Yeah. All right, timing is very important. Now, most people, when we think of timing, we think of timing from the standpoint of how long a company has been in existence, which is important. And like I said to you guys, we're pregnant, so we're not even a year old. Most companies fail within their first year. So you're looking at this opportunity in its biggest risk phase, all right? It's not even out yet. So most people look at that and say, I don't think I want to touch that because it's new. Most companies fail within their first year to 3 years. But let me ask you a question. If you had a chance to go back 1997, you had a chance to start or work with Amazon in 1997. How many would? Yeah, hindsight is 2020, of course. Yeah, you would, right? But how many of you were around in 1997? All right. But that opportunity then come up, right? And if it did, you may not have taken it, right? Because this guy says, hey, I'm gonna sell books online. You know, and you're like, well, why would I do that? Just go to Barnes and Noble and get a book. But he had a much bigger vision, right? So Amazon was not a great company in 1997. It was a great opportunity. But most people don't recognize opportunities, they recognize great companies. You only recognize a great company after the fact. You have to recognize an opportunity before the fact. Does that make sense? Because the moment everybody else knows about it, it's no longer what? An opportunity. It's just a great company. So timing is important. Don't get me wrong, it is. But it's not, in that aspect, it's not the end all be all. I think the second phase of timing, when you talk about timing in the marketplace, whatever your company has to offer, okay, whatever that product is or that service, is it a trend? Is it a fad? Is it something that is relevant in today's market? Does that make sense? If I came to you today and said, hey, we're going to sell iPods, you're like, David, the timing is past. All right? 20 years ago, you'd be like, oh man, music on the thing. That makes sense. Timing is different, right? To me, the most important aspect of timing is timing with the leader. To me, that's the most important aspect. When do you find the leader? Do you find the leader when they're hungry or when they're full? Jeff Bezos, when would you rather work with Jeff? 1997 or 2022? Why? He doesn't look like how he looks today. All right. Jeff looked really corny back then, right? Jeff is cool. He's cool today. I think 200 billion would do that. I think 200 billion would make still corny. He's just rich and corny. I'll take rich, but he's beyond rich, right? I would take that any day of the week. Right. So timing with the leader, I think, is very, very important. And that's what happened for me. That's what happened for me in 2009. I was able to find a company at the right time. Hadn't been around for a long period of time. And we brought a product into the marketplace that people already drank every single day, which was coffee. And I was able to work with a gentleman named Holton Buggs. He was still in the process of getting to the goals that he wanted to get to. Right. And we were able to, ride that wave. And like Tracy said, we made a little over 8 million in that company. And the beginning of, I'll fast forward, the beginning of this year, I just felt it was time. It was time for something different. I wanted the opportunity to lead. I wanted the opportunity to kind of set the environment and set the culture. And honestly, I wanted to be able to choose who I wanted to do business with, right? Versus having to do business with someone, right? And more importantly, I could no longer look at the leaders that I get a chance to work with and say, you can get there. You can get to 6 figures a month. You can get to 6 figures a week. You can get to 7 figures a week. And once I can't do that, there's no point in me doing the business. The fun in this business is watching other people accomplish their goals. Right. And I believe that we've created a concept here that's going to give people that opportunity to do that. All right. So my hope is that you do have vision and you do see what it is that we have and you choose to be a part of it. And we make this thing work. Okay. The name of the company is Nvisionu. And the premise of it is we want the world to envy you. All right? We want the world to envy you. I believe that the world will see you how you see yourself. So we want the world to envision you healthy, wealthy, successful, beautiful, empowering. All right? We want the world to envision you a champion. We want the world to envision you a leader. That's the campaign. That's the movement behind what it is that we're doing here. We will be known as the Health and Wealth Company. All right. I'm really big on words. So every single day, just imagine hundreds, thousands of people will be speaking these words every single day. What are the two most important things people want every day or in their lives right now? Would you agree that it's their great health and great wealth? All right. So those are the two aspects of our company, health and wealth. We're launching 2 platforms simultaneously. We're launching a health and wellness platform. All right. And we're launching something called a digital learning platform. All right. The digital learning platform is a platform that will literally house every single course that is out there in the marketplace. If you pay attention to trends, you pay attention to what people are buying. Over the last year or 3 years, you probably noticed a lot of people purchasing courses online. How many of you have seen that on social media? It's been happening, right? There seems to be a course for everything out there. Well, we decided, let's create a digital learning platform and create something. What we have is a LMS, which is a learning management system that will literally curate all these different courses for all of our customers. Now, what we're going to do to start is the metaverse. Metaverse NFTs. What is the metaverse? How does it work? And how do I make money from it? 2, real estate, a real estate course. Now, there's so many different nuances to real estate, but internationally, we saw that Airbnb was something that was being used. So it will be an Airbnb course to actually start out with, but we will add to the real estate course. We're also going to have a car rental. I mean, you're familiar with Turo. Okay. We've seen individuals go on to make 6 figures, 7 figures in that space as well. I believe the Airbnb course and tour course kind of go hand in hand as well. If you have an Airbnb, you can add a car to that and actually, make sure your offer even better. Or financial literacy. Still amazes me how many people are not knowledgeable about money, right? How to create it, how to preserve it, how to pass it on. There's several different nuances we're going to be able to go, different directions we'll be able to go with when it comes to financial literacy. 5, attraction marketing. The attraction marketing as well. Okay. How do I attract more customers to my business that I already have? All right, there's a course for that. Also, a leadership course. How many of you familiar with John C. Maxwell? Yeah. All right. John C. Maxwell is a close friend of mine and a mentor of mine as well. And he's going to be part of the leadership course that we have. Also, a course creation. I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. Got some good friends in Orlando, Clive and Felicia, doing very, very well. Multi-millionaires today. They own a healthcare business. So, some of their friends or people they run into probably would ask them, well, how did you start your healthcare business? What if they had a course that could actually teach you how to start your own healthcare business? That's another stream of income they could actually create outside of what? Their healthcare business, right? So that's another part of what it is that we have. But eventually we will have every single course that's out there in the marketplace. It will be available there. Even the car rental, when we talk about transportation, we can add a trucking course to it eventually as well. All right. But I will tell you this, the main focus will be health and wellness. All right. Not just in the short term, but also in the long term as well. Why? 20 years ago, your health was important. And 20 years from now, your health is going to be important then too, right? People would buy health products 20 years ago. Are they still going to buy it 20 years from now?
Yes.
Absolutely. The reason why we weren't just going to launch with a digital platform is because what happens after you learn the course? Would you continue to pay the company a monthly subscription after you learned it? No, you wouldn't, right? But health and wellness, guess what? Those reusable products, you will continue to use them. I'll give you an example. Company that myself, Brett, and a few other people in this room work with, Organic Gold, coffee company. Now, we all left.
Right.
We did. I mean, the best of the best. He left. Right. But last year, the company did over 50 million in sales. To me, that excited me. Because I said, well, people are still drinking coffee, including me, right? So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be a full health and wellness, nutrition, skincare, fitness, beauty company. That is the goal. That is exactly where it is that we're going. I'm going to share with you why that is. To start, we're going to launch in 3 categories. We're going to have an energy product, we will have a weight loss product, and we will have a sleep product. Why these 3 categories? Well, I believe people actually want, do, or spend money in these 3 categories every single day. How many people would love more energy every single day?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of folks out there, right? I mean, you know somebody, not you, you know somebody that wants to lose weight.
Yes.
Everybody here is perfect, everybody's good, but you know somebody, okay? And then sleep. How many of you sleep every day? Some people don't. Some people have a challenge with that. So this is kind of like a 3-in-1 process. We want you to start your day off empowered. And then we want you to watch what you're eating during the day with a product called Crave. We spell it with a K because it's a keto-friendly product. And then the sleep is called Dreaming. So we want you to end your day with a great night of sleep. So it's a 3-in-1 process. So you can use all 3 of the different sprays all throughout the day. Now, you hear me mentioning spray. You say, well, why would you do it in a spray? We could have done it in a supplement, right? We could have done it in a drink. We could have done it in a shake, right? Well, the most powerful way to actually get anything into your body is actually sublingual. It's a 93% absorption rate. And I'll tell you this, when we hired a consultant to help us put this company together, and he said, David, have you thought of introducing a spray to your company? And I said, no, I had heard about sprays years ago, so it didn't really intrigue me. And he said, well, I'm going to send you some samples anyway. They sent me some samples, and it literally just sat there for at least 3 weeks. I didn't use it. We ended up hiring them, and they helped us with some other marketing stuff. And he asked me again. He said, hey, did you use this? I said, no, didn't use it. And he said, just try the B12. And I did. And I loved the taste of it. All right. And I was in Miami. I was sitting down with a couple of buddies of mine, and I actually pulled it out and I used it. And one of them asked me, well, what is that? And I said, here, try it. The moment he took it from me, I knew we had something special. Because I said to myself, if I can share this product, that means I can sample it. And if I can share and sample it, I can sell it. Because I've already done this before with the sample base. Okay? That's when I knew. I said, okay, we got something here. So 93% absorption rate. And ladies and gentlemen, the testimonies so far have been really, really remarkable. Has anybody ever, I've given some samples to you guys. Anybody just want to share what you've seen? Is it sleep or?
That sleep is like heaven. My mama was like, you gonna bring a sleep person?
Make sure I give you one for your mom, okay? All right. All right. Anybody else?
The energy spray.
The energy spray.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else?
Energy.
The energy one? Okay. Cool. I love it. I really do. Who's bold in here? All right. Oh, okay. Who's really negative? I want the negative person. Because if we can convince the negative person, then we're good. Who hasn't tried the Empower Spray? You ever tried it? Here, I'll let you try this. I'll let you try it, okay? All right. It's mine, all right? Try it, all right? The keto. This is the keto. You gonna try that? Okay. Pass it back here. This is the keto friendly one. This one's called Crave. All right, who's ready to go to sleep? Anybody want to go to sleep? You need it tonight? You sleep? I got you.
I gave one late.
All right.
It worked though, engine. It works. It works. So I was gonna say I want one just so I can get one.
Okay. I got you. So I love the fact that it's easy. Did you try it? All right, so you gotta shake it, shake and spray. All right. So you shake and then just egg, no, under the tongue. Egg spray is below the tongue. Eight sprays, not 7.
Just one.
No, 8.
Oh, 8.
8 sprays below the tongue, not 7, not 9, 8. Below the tongue. Say,
Oh, 8 and 5. 8 and 5 seconds.
You ain't got to do it.
You work better with 5 seconds.
It does?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let
I
me
did it
know.
without 5
does?
seconds works.
That's awesome.
Not 10. Not bad?
Vanilla taste.
Uh-huh. That's a caramel latte. And then that's like a peppermint.
Yeah. Not bad.
Okay, that's pretty good. So we are obviously. I'm excited about the fact that we can share the product really easily. It's very convenient. You can carry it around. Think about it. You go to a gym. You're working out. You can pull out your energy spray. Someone's gonna ask you, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You're at lunch with your girls, or you're out with fellas, whatever. And you pull it. What is that? That's just it's a great conversation starter, right? But I promise you this sleep spray. Anybody ever look forward to sleep? I look forward to sleep now. Like I really do. All right? It's a powerful product, guys. But this is just the start. Let me kind of give you just a glimpse into the future. What if later on we came out with an empowered energy drink? So instead of you being able to just take it in a spray, you can have the energy drink. Maybe it's a pre-workout that we put together. All right. Or what if it's a meal replacement that's called Crave? Great tasting shake. All right. Or what about a sleep tea called Dreaming? And it was a raspberry orange flavor. We are going to expand the product line. Just like Jeff Bezos started with books, and he expanded the product line today where it sells pretty much everything. All right. We're not looking to become the Amazon of network marketing, but we will have a catalog of products within the health and wellness, nutrition, fitness, skincare, and beauty. And they're going to be high quality products as well. All right. Now, I'll share this with you. 10, 15 years ago, this used to be talked about a lot in network marketing presentations. And I think we kind of shied away from it because people just thought it wasn't necessary, but I do think it's necessary. How many of you still have, be honest, still have a negative connotation to network marketing? Raise your hand if you still, all right? And it's warranted because 97% of the people that get involved in this space fail. Okay. So years ago, you would hear a lot of, it must be one of those pyramid things. Some of you heard that before, right? Or is it a scam, right? Things like that. But I want to share something with you, and I call it the flow of business. And I want you guys to help me with this, if I'm on point here or not. Let's say you started a company, right? Would it cost you money to start this company? Sure. It would, right? It would cost you money to start the company, and then it would cost you money to actually create the product that you were going to sell or the service that you were going to provide. Is that correct? So a company would have a product or service, and that costs money to do. And then the goal would be to do what? To get that product or that service into the hands of who? Okay. So when you say customer, so when you say consumer, the answer is really consumer. They're not a customer yet. They're not a customer of your product. They haven't bought it yet. They're a consumer. So the question is, how do I get someone to become a customer from being a what? Consumer. How do I do that? Because the product or service is not going to do it for me. So I'm going to have to do something as a company to get my product or service into the hands of the consumer. What do I have to do? I've got to come down here and I've got to spend what? More money on marketing. What else? Advertising,
Word of mouth.
okay? Not word of mouth. Not yet, hold on. All right,
Sample.
no.
Commercial.
Product placement, maybe TV ads, right? Maybe radio. And in today's world, social media, right? Because here's what I've got to do as a company. Endorsements, there you go. Here's what I've got to do. I've got to get your eyes to see my product. So my marketing's got to be, my branding has to be incredible, right? And then I've got to get your ears as well. So I've got to invest in being able to be attracted to what it is that you're hearing. But here's the most important thing. I've got to get you emotionally. That's the most important thing. And how do I get you emotionally?
Someone that you're emotionally connected to.
I've got to get a celebrity. Because see, you have good feelings about that celebrity. You have good feelings about that influencer. And you say, well, no, that can't be true. Well, that's why if the celebrity messes up with their life, that company will remove them from their product. Why? Because if you have negative feelings towards that celebrity, you're automatically going to have negative feelings towards their product.
That's right.
Does that make sense? So the whole goal is the company's spending all this money to get your attention so you go out and become a customer of that service or that product. And they spent all that money to actually do that. Companies will spend $2 million, $3 million for a what? 20-second, 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl for you to what? See, hear, and be emotionally connected to that product. But let me ask you a question. Did you run out and buy that product right then and there?
No.
No, you didn't. But they still spent $2-3 million. See, like right now, I'm actually running a commercial right now. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Going pretty good?
Pretty good.
Some of you are like, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter if you buy or if you don't buy, because guess what? I'm going to run the commercial again when? Tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to run it tonight again at 8 o'clock. Right? Some will buy and some won't. So here's the difference. All network marketing is, it says we're not going to pay the celebrity. We're not going to pay for radio or marketing ads and all that stuff, right? We're going to take the same dollars that we would spend on advertising and we're going to pay it to you. For you to be the one to actually market to the consumer. And here's what we're banking on. Here's what we're hoping. We're hoping that the emotional connection between you and the consumer is that they trust you. Because if they trust you, they'll what? Buy from you. It's that simple. Now, this flow of business that we just talked about, that includes you, generated $325 billion in sales last year. Right? So when people say, is it one of those things? I actually say, yeah, it is. It's one of those things that generated $325 billion in sales last year. Bigger than the NFL, bigger than the NBA, the music industry, the movie industry combined. Currently, right now, 250 million people are involved in this space. The number one continent that generates the most amount of sales in this industry. Anybody want to guess? Asia. Guess who's number 2? North America. North America's number 2. Okay. So that's a clue. Now, those advertising dollars that network marketing companies would pay for TV and celebrities and all that, they actually pay to us. They do it through a compensation plan. All right, that's all it is. If I was going to pay you as a celebrity to endorse this product, we would have to have what? A compensation plan on how I would pay you for what? You endorsing this product. It's the same exact thing. Does that make sense, guys? All right, so how does it work? We are, number one is going to be retail. All right. Now, retail, we want you to be able to mark it up anywhere from 40 to 50%. All the products that we have today, the ones we're going to be introducing in the future as well. Would you pay a little over $1 a day for great sleep?
Yes.
Okay. Would you pay a little over $1 a day for energy?
Yes.
A little over $1 a day to lose weight? People would. Okay. So that will allow you to be able to market the product 40 to 50%. All right. Now, we have something called a fast start bonus. Now, this bonus is paid out to you when you directly share this concept with another individual, and they decide to purchase a customer package, all right? Now, we have 3 packages you can actually choose from. We have a bronze, we have a silver, and we have a gold. All right? Now, there's 2 platforms that we're launching. So a person is going to have a choice. They can choose if they want to start with our products, the health and wellness side of our company, or they say, hey, listen, I want the digital learning platform. It's completely up to them. If you started with the product on the bronze, it would be $240. On the digital, it would be $200. Silver, $595 for the product, $500 for the digital. Product here, $1250. Over here, it would be $1,000. All right. Here you get 10 sprays. You get 27 sprays here. You get 54 sprays here. You get access to 4 courses on the digital. You get access to 2 courses here. You have access to 1 course on the bronze. Everybody following me so far? All right. Now, our fast start bonus is a little bit different. It pays out on 3 levels. What do I mean by that? Let's say you introduced myself to this concept and I said, yes, I wanted to get started. And I came in at the bronze. Let's say I purchased the bronze digital pack, or it didn't matter if I purchased the bronze product pack, you would make $50. So that is what we call a first level fast start bonus. All right. Now let's say I introduced the concept to Tari. Tari would be on my first level. He would be on your what? Your second level. You would make $20. All right. Tari goes out, shares the concept with Tony. Tony gets started at the bronze. He would be on your what? Third level. You make $10. Anybody follow me so far? All right. Same scenario, but let's say we came in at the silver pack. All right. First level, $175. So I purchased 2 courses. All right. I want to learn the Airbnb course and I want to learn the tour course. All right. You make $175. Fast start. I sponsor Tari. He's on your second level. $50. Third level, $25. Same scenario, let's say it was the gold. On the first level, watch this, $350 is what you would earn on the first level. All right, we have leaders right now that already have 50 people ready to go at gold. Okay, one leader, Gary, actually has almost 100 ready to go at gold right now. Okay, so that's he said he's gonna put 100. That's $35,000 just on his own personal production. Okay, then you have on the second level, it's $100 on the second level. On the third level, $50. Okay, so 3-level fast start bonus. Really, really powerful there, guys. All right, now that's one way that you get paid when people actually get started to be a part of your team. Here's another one. We have something called the dual team bonus. Dual team, you're basically building 2 teams. You have a left team, you have a right team. Now, please write this down. The dual team is only going to calculate when new people come into your business. Okay? So when someone purchases a bronze, a silver, or a gold, that will go into the dual team. You say, well, David, what if I come in at bronze and I later want to upgrade to silver? You can do that. Person come in at bronze and just pay the difference of what the bronze pack is to the silver pack. Right. You guys follow me? All right. Sure. And when you do that, guess what? The fast start bonus, the difference will be paid to you as well. All right. So all that is going to flow through the dual team. So just follow me on this, okay? If you started at the bronze pack, you would get paid 10%. All right, in the dual team. If you started at silver, you would get paid 15%. If you started at gold, you would get paid 20%. Now, we have something called, and it's only for the first 10,000 people. It's called a Founders Pack. The Founders Pack will allow you to earn 25% in the dual zone. Okay, it's going to be for the first 10,000 people that say yes. That is a reward to you, 25%, and that's for life. It's not just for a short period of time. You have that. Okay, so I'm just going to do the math on the 20%. Okay, but when you get home, you can drain it. All right. So how does it work? Each one of these packs, they come with a certain amount of CV, commissionable volume. All right. The bronze comes with 75 CV. The silver comes with 150 CV, and the gold comes with 300 CV. So I'm going to give you a small example here. Let's say you enroll 2 gold packs. What's the CV for a gold pack? 300. You put one on your left, put one on your right. The company would come over to your left team and pay 10%. 10% of 300 is $30. One on your right team, pay another 10%. That's how we get to 20. That's another what? $30. Your check for the week? It's actually more than that because you sponsored 2 golds. And each gold pack was what? 350. So 350 times 2, 700. Your check for the week is 760. You guys follow that? Okay. Now I'm going to give you another example because no 2 teams grow exactly the same. Let me show you how it works. Okay. Same scenario. You got a left team. You got a right team. I'll show you how the dual team works. All right. So this is you. Left, right, left team, right team. Let's say your left team did 10,000 CV for the week, and your right team did 7,000 CV for the week. What the company's actually going to do is they're going to come over to your lesser side. In this example, your lesser side would be your what? Right side. And they will pay 10%. 10% of 7,000? 700. They would match whatever's on your lesser side. They would match it over here on your left side and pay another 10%. Which would be another 700. Your check for the week? Plus $1,400. Plus whatever your fast start that you earn that week. Okay. They said, well, what happened to the 3,000? Well, what would happen is this side would actually go to 0 because you've used all those points for that week. And then you would start the next week with 3,000 points. You guys with me? Yeah. All right. I'll give you another example. I want to make sure you guys got it, okay? Who's a guest? Who's a guest here? It's your first time looking at this. What's your name? Carlton? Okay. Carlton, let's say, give me one person's name that you think will be successful at this. Or just one person's name. Kenneth. Kenneth? Yeah. All right. Kenneth. Kenneth, let's help Kenneth get a dual team check, all right? He's got his left team. He's got his right team. All right, where's Kenneth? Where's Kenneth? All right, what's up, buddy? Kenneth's a leader, okay? So I'm gonna, Kenneth, let's say Kenneth's left team does 20,000 CV for the week. His right team does 30,000 CV for the week. What's the lesser side in this example? Left. Left. So we're gonna take 10% over here. 10% of 20,000 is $2,000. We will match whatever he did on his lesser side over here. We'll pay another 10%. That's another 2,000. Check for the week, $4,000. I can't let this happy. All right? But guess who's more happy? Carlton's more happy. Here's why. Our company has something called a binary check match, where anyone that you personally enroll, all right, keep that in mind. Not that we place them under you. You directly sponsor them into the business. So they're on your first level. Whatever their binary check is for the week, the company's going to pay you 50% of their check every week. So if you sponsor 10 people or 50 people, 100 people, every week they got a check. I don't care if it was $60. I don't care if it was $1,000. Doesn't matter. 50% is paid to you. On top of your binary check. Right. We also have a second level binary check match, which would pay out 10% to 50% on anyone on your second level. Now, if you know anything about this industry, you will have more people on your second level than you do on your first level. Wow. So Kenneth goes and sponsors Donna into the business. Donna gets her binary check. You can earn anywhere from 10 to 50% on her check every week. Okay. Now, if you've never done this industry before, these numbers can be a little bit confusing. So I want to kind of simplify it for you. All right. I actually want to show you how you can fail and still succeed. In 2009, I was living with my dad, and I saw what I'm about to show you right now. And what I said to myself was this: David, even if you fail, you would still succeed. So what are you talking about? Okay, I'll show you. I'm glad you asked. Here's how it works. How many of you know at least 2 people that like you? Struggling? She was struggling, boy. She was like, I don't know. Let's talk about the next 12 months. How many of you believe that in 30 days, your first 30 days, just 30 days, you can enroll at least 2 people into the business?
Yes.
How do you believe you can do that? Yeah. Let's say you introduced everyone you knew to me, and I did the presentation for you. Right. Do you think I can help you get at least 2? Yes. Okay, all right. Is it safe to say we can help those 2 get their 2? Yes. All right, so the next month you would have 4. All right, what's your name? Lysandra. We're going to help those 4 people do exactly what you did, which is what? Get how many? 2. We don't want you to be a superstar. We don't want you to be a crowd. I don't want you to do what Tony's doing. Tony's got 40, 50 people ready to go into the system. I don't want you to do that. I just want you to get 2. So 8 will turn into 16, 32, 64. I'm going to pause here for a second. Because it took you 6 months to get to 64. And some people will look at that and say, oh, that's not a lot of people. Let me ask you a question. How many people contribute to your income right now? Tell me, how many people?
1.
1. Most people is 1. So would it be better to have 64 people contributing to your income versus just 1 person contributing to your income? Yes. I think 64 is better. Now, 6 months later, you don't have more time. It's the same activity. Everybody's enrolling to. Look what happens. It goes to 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096. If everybody enrolled what? 2. The money was special. Let's do some math here. If I took all these numbers from 4,096 to 2, and I added all those numbers up, it would actually give me 8,190 customers in my business. Okay. Now, they either came in at the bronze, silver, or gold. So it was either 75 CV that was generated, or 150 CV that was generated, or 300 CV that was generated. Now, everybody's not going to come in at bronze, and everybody's not going to come in at gold, and everybody's not going to come in at silver. So I'm going to take the average, 525. I'm going to get the average, and that average is going to be 175 CV. Okay. 8,190 times 175. This is a little over 1.4 million in volume. You're making what? 10% over here, 10% over here, so you're at 20%, right? 20% of 1.4 million, $280,000 for the month. That's if everybody what? Got 2. So nobody was special, nobody was incredible. Everybody just got 2. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Now, I know some of you are thinking, I've been doing this for a long time, so I can read minds. Some of you are thinking, that sounds too good to be true. Because David, that's in a perfect world. Everybody's not going to get to, and everybody's not going to stay in the business. A lot of people are actually going to quit. Some people are going to get started and they're going to be so fired up, they're going to be ready to run through hell with gasoline draws, pumped up, ready to go. And they're going to quit.
Right.
So let's cut this in half. And let's say half of what I said tonight was true. That would still be $140,000 per month. So David, you know the world is not half right. And you're right. It's not. So let's cut it in half again. We're at 70,000 per month. David, you don't understand. I don't really have a whole lot of time. So I don't think it's going to work to that degree. No problem. Let's cut it in half again. That's 35,000. David, you don't understand. I'm really negative. I don't think people are going to want to join me. I understand. Let's cut that in half. That's 17,500. David, I've tried this before. It's never worked out for me. Great. Let's cut it in half again. $8,750. So this is if it worked out 100%. This is if it worked out 50%. This is if it worked out 25%. This is if it worked out 12.5%. This is if it worked out 6.2%. This is if it worked out 3.1%. So 3% success rate.
6-figure.
$8,750 a month. So I gave you a test, and the highest score you can get was 100. You scored 3.
90K for you.
6 figures. This is what I said to myself, 2009. I said, even if I failed, I would still succeed. But the only way I could not succeed is if I quit. Now, everything I've shown you, all right? The binary check match, the fast start bonus, the binary commissions, all that's great income, but that's not really where the money is in this compensation plan. And I know this to be true because in this style of comp plan, the dual team, I was in a company where I made a little over 8 million in that style. This style of compensation plan that I'm about to explain to you, I made over 50 million in it. So
Pay attention.
listen, please pay close attention to this. All right. Now, our goal as a company, Nvisionu, we want our customers to easily spend $200 a month with us. That's what we want. That's our goal. All right. Now, for that to happen, we are going to have to expand the product line. Right. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. We're going to have to expand our digital learning platform. We're going to have to expand the catalog of products that we have, the different delivery mechanisms, because some people are going to want their shakes. Some people are going to want their supplements. Right? And some people are going to want their lotion. Some people are going to want their makeup. And what we want to do is we want to reinvest back into the infrastructure of the company and reinvest back into expanding the product line. The infrastructure of the company would have to do with our customer service because the customer experience has to be great. It has to be. That's what keeps customers coming back. How do you treat your customers? Okay. And that's delivering your products, right? Delivering quality products as well. All right. All this is what I'm thinking about and setting the foundation for it now, not waiting 3 years from now. Making those investments now. Our payroll right now is almost multiple 6 figures right now per month, just with the caliber of people that we have on the back end. And the leaders are going to be in that room. You're going to get a chance to meet them. Sure. Okay. So we're going to hit this number. All right. we're gonna hit this number. Why is this important for you? Well, this bonus is what we call the residual bonus. Everything else I shared with you is paid weekly. This will be paid and or around the 15th of every month. This is gonna be one check that you get every month, but it will be the most exciting check, the check. All right, let me explain. You're going to build 3 customer networks. Now, your distributors, the people that are part of your business, they'll be a part of it as well, because the distributor can be a customer as well. Okay. So here's how it works, and I'm going to do a great job explaining this because I really want you to get this. All right. Remember, the goal is 200. So the first level where you can earn residual is $1,200 in volume. Right. So if I'm going to generate $1,200 in volume, and my goal is to have each customer spend $200, how many customers would I need? Let's see if you got some math.
6.
So 6 customers. Please write this down. 6 what? Customers. The company says you can count 50% of whatever the volume requirement is. You can count 50% from one organization.
That's so true.
You can count 35% from this organization. You can count 15% from this organization. It could be 50, 35, 15. It could be 15, 35, 50. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in this order. But bottom line, you can count 50% from one particular leg. So 3, 2, 1. 3 customers here, 2 customers here, 1 customer here. Residual income, $500. I would have been ready to sign up there because I look at what's duplicatable. 6 customers pays out $500 per month. 6 customers pay out how much? $500. Now, keep in mind, I don't have to be the one to get all 6 customers. Right. They're counting the customers that your customers get too. All right, keep that in mind. Next level would be 20 customers. And what's half of 20? 10, 7, 3. Residual? $1,000. Next level, 40 customers. 20, 14, 6. Residual? $2,000. Next, 100 customers. 50, 35, 15. $4,000. Everybody get this so far? Okay. Now, there's other levels. Still talking about the residual bonus. So I have a question for you guys. How long would it take you to build a team of 250 customers? 250 customers that were buying $200 worth of products means that you're generating 50,000 in volume.
30 days.
30 days. I like that answer. So here's what that would look like. What's half of 250? 125. 87, 38. Your residual income is $9,000. Wow. Now, let's look at this now. I said 250, but what if they were only buying 100? Then I wouldn't need 250. I would need what? 500. Because 500 times 100 would give me what? 50,000. I'm just using 200 as an example. Right. Okay. So 250 customers buying $200 worth of products a month. Your residual income is $9,000. You said, somebody said 30 days. Anybody else? How long do you think it would take you to get to that?
Definitely 30 days.
6 months. 6 months. 6 months. This is my personal belief. I think anyone with no experience within a 6 month to 18-month time frame can get there. With a little bit of desire, work ethic, right, consistency, I believe anyone. Now, if you have a little bit of experience, I really think max is 90 days. If you have just a little bit of experience. Okay. $9,000. I'm going to put a star by this because I'm going to come back to this. Next is 625 customers, 312, 188, 95. Residual, 20,000. 1250 customers, 625, 437, 188. Residual, $40,000. 2,500 customers. I'm going to put a star by this one. That is 1250, 875, 375. Residual, $80,000. There's a reason why I put a star, this one and this one, because they're connected. What do you mean? When you get here, I consider you to be a leader. When you get here, I consider you to be a leader of leaders. Hey, what do you mean? Well, if I were you, I wouldn't be thinking about me. I would be thinking about how many people can I get to do that. So if I said 10 leaders that generated 250 customers, that would actually give you 2,500 customers. Right. So I wouldn't be looking for 2,500 people. I would be looking to attract and or develop 10 leaders that can build a team of 250. This is why I have supreme confidence in what we're going to do. Not because of the big number, but because of the little number. And that little number is the amount of leaders. So we have 120 that are flying in. We have a few, obviously, some of you that I know personally that are leaders in this room. All right. I believe our first year we'll have at least 50 leaders do this. First year. And I'm not stretching. That's not a stretch goal. Okay. We'll do 100 million in sales first year. It's a done deal. Now I got a question for you. And I'm gonna give a real live example here, all right? Some of you said 30 days, some of you said 6 months. I say 6 months to 18 months. But what if the person that's introducing you to this did half?
Y'all know, y'all don't get it yet.
Yeah.
What if the person that introduced you to this concept did half of the work? How long do you think it would take you to build 125?
I said 2 weeks.
Let me give you an example. Who invited you out?
Donna.
Donna invited you out. Okay. I know Donna personally. Donna is a leader. Okay. And what's your name?
Letty.
Letty? How do you spell Letty?
Letty.
Letty. Why? Okay. Letty, the way this works, Donna has these 3 positions. All right, when it comes to her residual bonus. Okay. You're also going to have how many positions? 3 as well. Donna cannot go and sponsor someone over here. She cannot go and sponsor someone over here. She has to place, after the first 3, she has to place whoever comes in after that, that she brings in, she has to place them below who's already in. So let's say Donna went out and sponsored. Donna, give me somebody's name.
Dee.
Dee? Dee. Who's Dee? Hi, Dee. Can I use both of you?
Sure.
Good. Both of you are looking at the presentation at the same exact time. But one of you are going to make a decision before the other does. So in this example, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but in this example, let's say, Phoebe, you made your decision after Letty. Donna would have to place you below Letty. do you know Phoebe? You know her? Oh, okay. How long have you known?
Couple years.
Couple years. Okay. So whatever BB does would count towards Letty. Okay. Now give me another person's name. Someone that's not here. They're not here.
Leah.
Leah. Okay. So BB, let's say she placed Leah below you. Whatever Leah did would count towards your volume, but also it would also count towards Letty's volume. Okay. I told Tracy, I said, Tracy, in 6 months, you should be at 6 figures a month. I told him that. Because let's just take me for instance. All right. And Tracy's over here. He's got 3 positions. I have the ability to place people below Tracy. Because see, I'm not sponsoring anybody into the company. I don't have a position in the company.
Wow.
So anyone that I bring in, I have to place below who's already in. So like right now, a lot of top leaders will look at what we have and say, looks really good, but I gotta wait and see. And I say, great, wait and see. But when we do what we gotta do, what we gonna do, it comes. And guess what? They're gonna wanna go to the top. I wanna go to the top. I wanna be sponsored by the company. Well, we don't have a position. So you have to go below someone who's already in the deal.
Oh,
Does that make sense, guys? Are y'all catching my drift too?
yeah.
This is how I know we'll have at least 50 weeks. Because I'm going to ensure that at least half is done.
Right.
So not only do you have myself, really you got DI. That's what you got.
Right.
You got David and Yvonne. Right? And all we're doing is it's just one leg down. The leaders will have a chance to actually purchase their own packs on the 13th. And they will be able to start pre-enrolling individuals into the system. You won't be able to buy your pack yet, but you'll be able to get a position in the back office. A couple reasons. One, you're going to get a chance to get familiar with the back office and the functionality of the back office. And we're just going about it the smart way because there's always going to be kinks, there's always going to be bugs, right? I would rather work out those bugs and those kinks when a person pays $20 to get their position versus when a person pays $1,000 for their position. They'll give people like Tracy and Tari and Martin, Tony, and Jeff and Angela, the leaders that are really, really cranking this thing out right now, give them an opportunity to start positioning people in the back office. When you enroll after the 13th, you'll be able to enroll $20, and then you'll be able to choose and say, okay, on the 3rd of October, I want to purchase the Founders Pack, or I want to purchase the Gold Pack, whichever one you want, or the Bronze or silver, whatever. Okay. And on the 3rd, we go live. Okay. 3rd of October. We go live. Okay. October, November, December. That'll be the pre-launch. And then January, we'll have an event that will be a hybrid. It'll be a live virtual event. And in that live virtual event, we'll announce 2 things. Amongst other things, we're going to announce the first convention and the first trip that we will have. And the trip will coincide. The trip will be, you can qualify for the trip Does that make sense? Where your flight and your hotel's taken care of. And that trip will coincide with the very first convention. So the convention starts Friday, the trip would start Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday will be a free day. Friday is when the convention starts. Sunday, we're back to business.
So David, can you tell everyone where's the home office for Nvisionu going to be?
Well, obviously, it's probably going to be here in Houston.
So right here in Houston.
Yeah. That's gonna be great. So we have warehousing and, it's, I didn't make this decision. I was 38 years old when I made the decision. So I didn't make it for the 38-year-old David. I was looking at 50-year-old David. And I've seen enough as far as the industry is concerned to understand what field leaders need. The confidence, the trust that needs to be between the corporate side and the field side. It's going to be great. God has been with me for the last 18 years. I don't think he's just going to decide to abandon it.
Right.
So it's going to be good. Any questions? Let's go.
So you're not getting a position and you're gonna place, so who's gonna sponsor that person? You're giving up the sponsorship or is the company sponsoring?
They won't get a chance to earn. Whoever that person is, well, they're gonna get a chance to earn that position.
And David, when you say earn the position, I want everyone to hear this. I know the answer, but I want you guys to really hear this part. When
I
you
love
say,
your ringtone.
when you say from August the 13th,
Uh-huh.
which is our pre-launch, when you say they'll get a chance to earn a position.
Yeah.
That is based upon what?
Performance.
How many personals you have going into the system?
Okay,
And we would love to take your word for it,
sure.
but we can actually see it in the background. Because you would have a back office that allows you to enroll those people at $20.
Are you commissioning that $20?
No. That's your visionary business kit. Yeah. So kind of like your IBO kit. No one ever commissions our IBO kit.
And then what's the date that we could purchase the packages?
October 3rd. And you'll be able to choose that in your checkout. You'll be able to choose that I want it to be on that day. Too much.
And so Dave, real quick, you said August the 13th, there's gonna be a certain amount of people that had a lot of experience in the profession.
Mhm.
That's gonna be.
They're all at least six-figure a year earners that were invited to this.
And you have another special guest that's gonna be there as well?
Oh, yeah, John Maxwell.
John Maxwell, the leadership, your mentor, the leadership guy, leadership guru,
Oh,
is also gonna be there for the vision meeting.
I see what you're doing here, Tracy.
It's interesting because I know some people will walk out of the room and say, it sounds good, right? And I'm saying that, guys, because I've been in the profession 25 years. And every company I've ever joined, every company I've ever done, it was always, I got in 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later. My current company, I got in 18 years later. Still became a six-figure earner, but it was 18 years later.
Wow.
I've never, in 25 years, I've never partnered, number one, with this caliber of leader, number one. I've never been in when the company was pregnant. So for me, that's why when I do this, I'm doing it at a very high level, very fast, because listen, I'm not gonna tell David what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show him based on work ethic. Does that make sense? Listen, and the people that don't do it today with me, that's okay, trust me. I just wanted you to see this, and quite a few of you guys are here. I wanted you to see this now, because two things are gonna happen. Number one, you're gonna say this, I'm so glad I signed up with
Hmm.
you. Or you're gonna say, God dang it, I should have did it. Two things are gonna happen, that's it. So Floyd, listen, I'm glad you answered the call. And Floyd said this, Mr. David, he's the #1 promoter in the state of Texas, #1 promoter. And Floyd said, Tracy, you know what? People always call me a year after the company launch, 2 years after the company. Now you guys want to call me. He said, Tracy, I'm so glad that you called me while the company is still pregnant. While the company is still pregnant. So appreciate you for answering the call. Everyone else that was invited by me, guys, I appreciate it. We're gonna do something big.
I've shared a lot with you about my background. My first 5 years, I did not have any monetary success whatsoever in this industry. But I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you had no choice but to be successful anyway, right? That's where I was. You know, I moved back to Houston. I was 21 years old and really didn't know what direction my life was going to go in. And so blessed to run into a frat brother of mine that introduced me to this industry of network marketing. And I fell in love with it because I saw a way for me to help people get what they wanted, and in turn, I would get what it is I wanted. And started that company and didn't have any monetary success, but learned a lot, met some great friends. One of my good friends is here, Stacy Ayers, that I had a chance to work with back then. And you know, 5 years of failing. How many would go through 5 years of failing at anything? How many would stick it out? I had no choice. But something happened for me magically, and I was able to kind of, I think it's Steve Jobs that said, it's you can only connect the dots looking back. And I was able to, maybe about 6 years ago, I was able to kind of look and say, okay, well, how did I get to this level of success? And I want to share them with you because I believe they work for me and they've worked